Please welcome to the stage, Crystal. What if you could get up in front of everyone you know, everyone you work with, and everyone that you ever might potentially work with, and be super honest about how you feel about what's going on in the world and the big issues that affect the people that you care about? I recently got the chance to work this way when I got a job organizing for a political campaign. Not only I was allowed to do that, it was actually part of my job description, so I was supposed to go around and talk to people about these issues every day, be really political and vocal in my work, and that was a huge gift. But I know that your reality of what you do for work might look a little bit different from this. You might be concerned about speaking out about political or social issues because you might be worried about alienating clients or customers. You might worry if that's going to affect your business. And so we sort of come up with these rules about what we can and can't talk about, even if it's a social issue that would benefit from discussion. But we live in a country where it was really created with the principle that we should all be able to have this open discussion all the time, and that the more we talk about these things, the better our community actually becomes, that we have a more perfect union the more we talk about it. So why is it that we feel that we can't speak out about things, even in our personal lives? Hey. So what would need to change? What is your list of criteria that would make you actually take this step and speak out about something that you care really passionately about, but maybe you haven't taken that step to say something publicly about it? You can make that decision as a person. You can also make that decision as a business. So an example of this would be Meetup.com. They recently sent this email out to their entire database of clients saying that they'd always been open to people of all political backgrounds, but a recent executive order had really encouraged them to step up and help people organize resist meetups in communities all over the country. And this might seem really risky, but I actually think they probably attracted a lot more of their audience than they did alienate people. So you might not be able to send an email blast to your entire work contact list about how you feel, but you can certainly write your legislator. So everything political starts personally, and this is something that you can do without fear that anyone's going to find out. You can do this privately. This is the easiest way to be engaged. This is from Echo Through the Fog. She wrote these great illustrations on how you can be politically and socially active even if you're an introvert, and I love that she included create art that challenges and create art that inspires. These are ways that you can put yourself out there and communicate your values about what you want to see in your community with a little bit lower risk. So we have to decide how out there we have to be and how visible we want to be with our beliefs. This is a mural that's right across the hallway at Block 6, and it makes a great big statement, but sometimes it can feel really risky to do something in a really public way. So we all have to decide what our threshold is and what we're comfortable with. I recently, not too long ago, took a really big personal risk and I quit my job the day after the Orlando shooting, and I wrote about it really publicly about how conflicted I was doing work for a gun company. And that felt really scary at the time, but it was completely worth it, and it totally changed the course of my life and set me on a path that allows me to be a lot more thoughtful in how I spend my time. So I thought a lot about time. Not this kind of time, but time and energy, and how we spend our time and energy can make the biggest statement of all, more so than how we spend our money or anything else. So think about how you spend your time and energy, and are you contributing to the type of community that you want to see? And a lot of us start to think this way when we're starting on a new career path. So we think about finding our passion and finding a job title that fits us. But no matter what your profession is, you can integrate your values into whatever it is that you do, whether it's who you work with or the types of services that you provide or how you talk about what you do. So if we leave all the political and social activism up to people who do that as a full-time job, we would never make the collective impact that we really need to make in order to create better communities. So think about how you can integrate your values through small shifts in how you do your work that will really communicate your values to the world. This is a great quote from Brad Anderson from Green Surfboards from a recent Creative Mornings, and he says, "It's millions of actual people making a few significant changes. Not all the changes about all the issues, it can feel really overwhelming, but a few significant changes from each and every person is what affects a huge collective change. So I've been thinking a lot about values-centric work, and now that I'm working for myself, I can really put this front and center. So I've been thinking about how to not separate values from the work that you do. So when I was putting together my website and I wanted to write about the services that I offer, before you even get to what I do in communications and community engagement, what all that means, you'll see a list of who I work with, and more importantly to me, who I will not work with. And that's really important for me to see that anybody that comes to my website that might want to work with me, they have a clear list of my values about where I stand and what I won't spend my time doing, things that I feel like harm our community in really big ways that I don't want to be a part of. So putting this above it is really reflective of how I think about it. So I apply this even to the small personal projects. I write a weekly newsletter, and when I was considering rebooting it and bringing it back, I thought, is this really worth the time and the energy? And I added in a little civic engagement section, so it felt really worth my time and really aligned with what I think about all the time when I added in types of events that got the community involved. And another small example was we like to partner our sponsors at TEDx with things that reflect their values as a company. So we had a technology company that really valued innovation, and we made them the partner that brought us this really cool technology for that event. So it was a way that they were reflecting their values in front of the audience that was here. So I am here to tell you that if you put your true, authentic self in a really open and vocal way into everything that you do, it will pay off, and you will actually, contrary to your fears, you'll actually attract more people, and they're going to be your ideal clients, and they're going to be your dream clients. And it's, I think, the accumulation of all these tiny little changes that completely changes what you do into something more beautiful and hopefully creates a better world. Thanks.